Chapter 1. United States 75th Army Rangers Temporary Post, Şanlıurfa, Turkey. Local time, 0403 hours.
Incoming!
First Sergeant Samuel Adams Goose Gander heard the cry from the spotter sniper teams he had set up along the nearby rooftops. As the warning was repeated over the radio communication system his team used, he gathered his thoughts, feeling the adrenaline slam through his system.
All right, Rangers.
Goose barked over the ear-throat headset he wore.
Stand sharp. Standing sharp, First Sergeant.
One of the nearby soldiers responded. Others chimed in, letting Goose know they had heard him. Despite the constant threat they had been under for days, all of the men stood tall and solid. They were men Goose had trained, men that he had placed on special assignment, and men that he had promised to die with if that should become necessary. Goose stood behind the barricade of cars and farm equipment the Rangers had set up at the edge of the city when they had arrived in Şanlıurfa 2 days ago. The soldiers had barely escaped an avalanche of Syrian troops, Soviet-made tanks, a horde of infantrymen, and squadrons of jet fighters. Since then, United States military personnel as well as the remaining local citizenry had added to the barricade, using abandoned vehicles and everything else that came to hand. The military teams and the locals fighting for their homes stayed busy filling sandbags and shoring up the defenses. Sandbags filled the cracks and crevices, made machine gun nests, and reinforced primary buildings used for defense and tactical information. For the time being, all roads south out of Şanlıurfa were closed. The Syrians were coming. Everyone knew it. Their arrival was only a matter of time. Apparently, that time was fast approaching. Goose closed down the manpower and equipment lists he'd been reviewing on his PDA and tucked the device inside a protected pocket on his belt at his back. The low-lit LCD screen had temporarily robbed him of his full night vision, but he had to check it. A sergeant should always know where his men and materials were and where they were needed. The PDA made that task almost doable.